Guys, this is Ashley back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Nicki Minaj continues to dominate. It has been reported that Nicki Minaj is the only artist with multiple songs charting in the top 10 on this week's U.S. Rhythmic radio chart. Nicki achieves this with FTCU and Everybody. Nicki responded and said no videos. Hot 100 for 4 months and counting, and #1 on Rhythmic Radio, third song. And no shade, she's still out charting Botch and Bitter. Okay, Botch and Bitter, Like Trash, Freestyle, out of the Hot 100. Then her Shakira feature, out of the Hot 100 chart. And then I believe the Dr. Miami record has fell out the charts too. And Section 8 gang was trying to make fun of, Nicki Minaj not having a top 10 besides Super Freaky Girl on her album. But Botch and Bitter said her records live in the top 10 and they're no longer there. Now, some fans are also speculating that the No Bars remix is going to come pretty soon. Okay? Fans have been asking JT about the No Bars remix, and Nicki did preview her verse a few months ago, or maybe even last year. I think it was last year she previewed her verse. So some fans are speculating that the remix could be on JT's City Cinderella mixtape that she has been teasing. Let me know how y'all feel about that. I can pass on Nicki being on the No Bars remix, okay? No shade, but, JT gonna get the song to chart by herself. I think a lot of these girls need to stop depending on Nicki Minaj and chart by yourself. That's how you make an organic fan base. And JT's doing right by, having these shows where she's meeting up with her fans. But I just don't think she needs to do a collaboration with Nicki Minaj right now, especially for No Bars. No shade. The song was fire, but y'all did not support it. Okay? And I think a lot of these female rappers need to stop depending on Nicki Minaj to chart. But I do respect JT for doing these club shows and building her own fan base from the ground up. But those same people need to purchase her music. I think they just be going to the shows to meet her, but they need to purchase that music so she can chart. Oh my goodness. Sweetie is morphing into Nicki Minaj. She posted a picture and she looked exactly like Nicki. It's kind of creepy. I'm like, goodness gracious. I guess if you can't get a song with her, because remember her producer were complaining that, she had a Barbie World sample and that Nicki was going to hop on the record and she declined. So if you can't work with Nicki, you might as well turn into Nicki. That's what it's given. But I think that she's on a set for her music video, Naughty, or that new song that she previewed. And maybe she's paying homage to Nicki Minaj in the music video. That could be the reason why she's starting to look like her. She paying homage to Nicki Minaj. So let me know how y'all feel about that. It looks like Icespxce is ready to snatch the crown from D0JA Cat. Icespxce liked a tweet that said Icespxce is the only princess of rap who comprehensively has the it factor. Wow, and she liked that tweet. So some fans are saying that Icespxce has basically snatched D0JA Cat's crown, especially since D0JA Cat Scarlet 2 Deluxe has only sold 400 copies in per sales, which was very terrible for D0JA. And unfortunately, the Barbs have turned their back on D0JA Cat because she didn't hop on the Cowgirl song on Pink Friday 2. So she has lost a lot of support, but also D0JA Cat has been very mean to her fans throughout the years. She was saying how she hates them, similar to what Botch and Bitter was doing, but they are overly emotional because they are Libras. So I'm honestly not shocked. But I still don't think Icespxce has D0JA Cat's talent. Yes, Doja Cat's sales are very low right now because No Shade Scarlet was kind of trash. And I said that Scarlet wasn't that great of an album compared to Planet Her. But also, her turning her back on Nicki Minaj wasn't a smart move. I don't know who on her team told her not to hop on the Cowgirl record, but that was stupidity. Doja Cat needs to fire her whole team and get back in Nicki's good graces. And then she'll be able to sell again. The Barbs will support her. So let me know how y'all feel about that. Now, moving on to Botch and Bitter. Botch and Bitter is sending a warning to Bia because Bia just sneak dissed her, Ice Spice, and I also believe Nicki Minaj. She posted a NLE Choppa meme, on Twitter and said, if I was a rap B-word, I would hate me too. And allegedly this is directed at Bia because, a lot of fans feel like Bia switched up on Cardi B. And I believe a few years ago, Bia said she didn't have any issues with Cardi B, but now it's evident that they got beef.
Okay, keep it 100. Sweetie, I didn't switch up on anybody because I don't know Cardi in real life. I've never met Cardi. We've never had a conversation. I don't have no issues with her. It's all love, but I don't know her. So y'all do too much on this app. I don't know her in real life. We don't know each other.
So what has changed, a lot of fans believe, is because Bia is associated with Nicki Minaj, and that's why she switched up. And let's not forget, Ice Spice has recently thrown some shots at Cardi B. She previewed it at Coachella because Botch and Bitter tried to punk her. Botch and Bitter was calling, Ice Spice out, saying, why don't people question her blackness? And, then she basically was forced to post a picture of her and Botch and Bitter, and she lost some fans via the Barbs. And so this is what she had to say.
Pretty ass bitch is a pretty ass boo. Pretty ass bitch always shaking no room. Thick ass bitch trying to grill me. She acting lost. But of course she ain't true. I saw the pants been tight. Ckiminaj, I'm getting him right. Big knock like water. Big knock like I'm not a fighter. Big Ice, I don't need a writer.
Okay, so she said her name is Big Ice. She don't need a writer. And then she said, fake ass B-word tried to grill me. She acting lost, but of course she's a 2. Who tried to grill Ice Spice? I think it was Botch and Bitter. Questioning if she was black or not. That also could be another scratch off smack. But at the end of the day, Ice Spice and Cardi B don't really like each other, and it's evident. So it looks like Cardi B will be sending shots at Ice Spice, Bia, and Nicki Minaj. Moving on to Coachella. I watched Doja Cat's performance. Some of her performance. She was a headliner. Doja Cat makes history. Now, Doja Cat joins Queen Bee as the only black woman in history to headline Coachella. So she made history. And yes, Doja Cat is black because she has a black parent. Her father is black. And I believe he's South African or something like that. Other people can't relate. No shade. Then Doja Cat plays chess because she performs with South African a cappella group called The Joy during the headlining set at Coachella. She is going back to her African roots. She's trying to get the black people back on her side because a lot of black people turn their backs on her because she can't stop being those racist room chats. But she is getting the black people back on her side. So that was a chess move, especially when she only did 400 in per sales because the Barbs boycotted Doja Cat, did not support Scarlet 2. The Barbs supported Planet Her because she sampled Nicki Minaj, but because, she allegedly dissed Nicki in Scarlet and Scarlet 2, they did not support, and she lost out on a lot of money. She only did 400 in per sales, 28,000 total, which is unacceptable for the princess of, rap, but her performance, for what I saw, was actually pretty good. She also performed with 21 Below Average. the NHIE collaboration, where she was throwing shots at Nicki Minaj. The Queen of Music continues to win. Queen Bee has now spent a milestone 15 cumulative weeks at number 1 on the Billboard 200 across her entire career. Congrats to Queen Bee, okay? I enjoy Cowboy Carter, but I feel like it came and went. I feel like people are not really talking about it as much. But in hindsight, a lot of people are focused on the male and female rap beef that we got going on, okay? But it just feels like her album came and went. Like, people are not really still talking about it. But I do think that album was pretty fire, so I gotta give, the Queen of Music her 10s. Now moving back on to Nicki Minaj, fans are speculating that Nicki Minaj is calling out Icespxce and saying that she's a user because Icespxce recently posted a picture of her and Nicki for their 1-year anniversary for Princess Diana Remix. And then on top of that, I believe she also shouted out Nicki Minaj when she performed at Coachella. Okay, so let's take a listen.
One thing about users is that
Ash Miracle.
they don't stop being users. They stop using that person and they go on to another and another. And when they find themselves one day in that quicksand, I'll best believe they'll look like an ugly mess, first of all. They're rather strange, actually.
Now, fans are saying that allegedly Nicki Minaj was on Station Head saying that, she don't have no issues with Icespxce, or she didn't mention no names, so there's no beef. But the only person that has been mentioning your name recently is Icespxce. She shouted you out at Coachella. She has been liking and reposting pictures of you for the anniversary of Princess Diana. So the only person that could possibly be using you right now is Icespxce, okay? No shade, because at the end of the day, you brought JT on stage recently to perform the Super Freaky Girl Ckiminaj, okay? With all the ladies that were on the remix. And a lot of fans want to know why she hasn't brought Icespxce on stage to perform Barbie World or Princess Diana. Okay, a lot of fans are asking about that. Now, in hindsight, though, I do feel like a lot of female rappers probably feel like it's easy to use Nicki Minaj, okay? Because Nicki Minaj is more likely to work with, any of the newer female rappers compared to the other, female rappers in the game. Cardi B don't really do a lot of female rapper collaborations. She didn't recently start doing that until she started flopping, to be quite honest. No shade. And, the other girls, they can all collaborate, but it don't help them on the charts. And then D0JA don't want to work with nobody. So with that being said, I feel like a lot of these female rappers, they want to attach themselves to Nicki Minaj because they need fans. And the Barbs, if you like a picture, if you repost Nicki, they might start supporting your music. That's what these female rappers are doing as a tactic. Oh, Lord. Oh, my goodness. It's about to get uglier than Akbar's feet. Oh, my goodness. So, Rick Ross, okay, is going back and forth with Champagne Thickums about his alleged nose job, okay? Now, he claims that, Champagne Thickums got his nose done. Champagne Thickums posted a text telling his mom that he didn't. Champagne Thickums says in the text that he would have gotten a 2-for-1 deal if he had gotten a nose job because his mom would want one too. She said she would want one in the text thread. He said this is coming from Rick Ross, the guy I did songs with. He's gone loopy off of the Monjero. He hasn't eaten in days and it's turned him angry and racist. Yikes. He's performing at proms for money. It's bad. Don't worry, we'll handle it. Now, Metro Boomin allegedly has exposed Champagne Thickums of having ghostwriters a reference track with Little Twizzler here, aka Little Yachty, on it has leaked onto the internet of Little Yachty rapping Jumbotron is Poppin', okay? Which I believe was on the album Her Loss, okay? And allegedly Twizzler here is the one singing and rapping on the record. And he wrote it, which is actually not shocking because allegedly he wrote for the City Girls. And I don't care what people say, oh no, JT wrote her verse and it was just Carisha. He still wrote on the record. It don't matter whose verse he wrote, he still wrote for the City Thoughts. No shade to JT and Carisha. But anyway, it has leaked all over the internet. And to be quite honest, this disqualifies Champagne Thickums from his beef with Kendrick Lamar. Like, you automatically lose a rap battle once you get exposed for having writers. Okay? That's just how it works. You can't have a rap battle and you don't write your own music. Okay? So he's disqualified. He lost to Kung Fu Kenny. I was going to give him a point for the Drop 50 record, but when Rick Ross said, he didn't write, I was like, there might be some truth to that because I remember some reference tracks leaking a few years ago. I'm like, Champagne Thickums, you a little bit too old to be still having writers. You damn near 40. Why can't you write your own raps, Cardi B Jr.? Okay? I mean, it just don't make sense. Now I have to give you Donkey of the Day. This is unacceptable, Cardi B Jr. This is a big L. If you don't write, you can't win no rap battles. Sorry. And I don't want people to say, oh, it's AI. No, it's not. Little Yachty and Champagne Thickums are very close, and I'm starting to see why. See, the people that are writing for him, he keep them very close. I remember him, being very cool with Clownye West, and they were writing for each other. He was writing for Clownye, and Clownye was writing records for him. So I just don't understand, as a rapper, as one of the biggest rappers, why you need writers. Now, fans were saying, oh, well, does Kung Fu Kenny have writers? Because there was a rumor going around that CJ Francis 1 on Instagram wrote N95 for Kung Fu Kenny. But he has since come out and denied the allegations. He said, I have nothing to do with that song, nor do I have anything to do with it being posted online. But he did expose that he worked or wrote for Roddy Ricch, and that's probably why Roddy Ricch is flopping now, because he got ghostwriters. So does Lil Baby. Okay, that's why Lil Baby not popping, because he got ghostwriters too. Gunna used to write for Lil Baby, and then they fell out. So anyway, Kung Fu Kenny won this rap battle. Crybaby, J. Cole punked out. Okay, and then Champagne Thickums, every few years he get exposed for having ghostwriters. So you're disqualified automatically. You never will win a rap beef if you can't write. That's why he leaked his diss record, because he didn't want people to see who wrote it. See, I'm on the Champagne Thickums and his fake BBL. You're not fooling me, Lipo boy. Now, with that being said, there has been a debate going on social media. People are saying that Scratch Off is a way better rapper than Ice Spice after Ice Spice premiered her new diss track, or previewed her new diss track about Scratch Off and Botchin' Bitter at Coachella. Okay? But I feel like the same rules apply. Scratch Off has a bunch of reference tracks all over, the internet of, I think it was the Low Energy song was a reference track. Even the bars or her verses were pre-written. Okay? So she don't write. Ice Spice write. We haven't seen one reference track of Ice Spice. And of course, her bars are a little bit more basic, but Scratch Off is disqualified from being a good rapper if you got reference tracks, and she has a ton. So, absolutely not. Okay? Scratch Off the side chick is disqualified, just like BBL Boy. So, at the end of the day, Ice Spice, to me, is overall a better artist than Scratch Off. Maybe not necessarily a rapper, but overall a better artist. So anyway, I got some hot tea on Patreon. Link will be in the description, and have a great day.